Hello there.
General Kenobi.
What is going on, Matt?
Chilling. It's March 18th?
It's the 15th.
15th. It's March 15th.
It's not Monday.
Psych. Gamers 2 podcast coming at you.
Live and in charge. Just
Of-
picture it whenever you're listening to this. It's live. That's how you're listening. Just go with it.
I mean, it's live at this moment.
Yeah, exactly. It's not wrong. Anyway. It's been 7 days. So
7
what
long days.
have you accomplished in 7 days?
When you put it like that,
You're
it's
right.
really
I shouldn't.
depressing.
What have you
Because
partaked in 7 days?
I immediately think of all the things that I
Should.
wanted to do during the week.
And didn't do? Yeah.
Didn't do any of it. No, I did one of those things, but it's a boring thing.
Oh, all right. Well,
Which is probably where I'm going to talk about most, but let me rip through the list of things that hasn't changed. Played a little Anthem.
Did you really?
Yeah, I continued with Anthem. I played up until my 1 month ran out. So I canceled it. It ran out Friday, today.
Okay.
I canceled it last night.
mine cancels at the end of the month, but I have currently uninstalled Anthem.
I got up to 500 something.
I think I was into 600s, but did we write that in? The Anthem?
No.
As has happened in the Anthem 1.0.3 patch drop, it didn't fucking matter anyway. You could just be 75 and be a god.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I was playing GM1, Grandmaster 1 post loot update.
Post 1.0.3. The newest one.
I don't know if it was when was the newest one last week or this
Probably
beginning of this
Tuesday.
week?
Probably Tuesday.
Probably then. And the drop rates were, I got two. What the hell level are they? What are they called?
Masterwork?
Yeah, I got 2 Masterworks out of 1 chest.
Okay.
And then
Free play?
No, I was doing like
Strongholds?
Tyrant Mine or something like that, yeah. And yeah, and that was just one go. And then like I might have played usually what I would do is I'd play either I'd do like a contract and maybe a stronghold and then get off, or I'd do like just one thing, just do a stronghold and get off.
Right.
And I played like 3 separate occasions and I got like 4 or 5. One was a dupe. So I got 6. I got 6 Masterworks in that time.
Oh, that's not bad.
So I don't know. I was like, oh, that's cool. But like at that point, it was like, there's no point. There's no extra content outside of grinding. So
Right.
we'll call it quits on this. Continued with my normal anime regime. Conquering all the
The
anime.
regime. I don't know if you can put... Never mind. That's... Doesn't make sense. Keep going.
What else was there? Oh, Formula 1 documentary. I watched it.
Oh. Okay.
So
Oh, the one I think we've talked about, but neither of us had watched at the time.
it was the Netflix one.
Right.
It
Yep.
came out the 8th. I think it came out. I think it was the 8th.
That would be Friday That'd be last Friday.
Yeah, yeah. So it's okay. It's not bad. If you're new to the sport, it's probably cool to watch.
I should watch it then. But once again, contrary to every listener that hears this, I don't have Netflix. I don't plan on it, so...
Well, I mean, you could have my login because I might cancel Netflix soon, so you might need to get used to it now because they're going up in price.
Again?
Yeah, $12.99 a month. It's hard to justify. I'm getting sidetracked already. It's hard to justify $12.99 a month for Netflix when Hulu charges me $5.99,
Right.
and their price just went down.
Yeah. And when they do their promotions, you can get like HBO included at $14.99 or something like that.
Yeah.
Which, thank God, I have somebody else's login for that.
So the things I don't like about the Netflix documentary, the Formula 1 one, is that they focused on weird parts of, like, weird storylines in the season. like not obvious ones, which some of them was probably just out of necessity because Mercedes and Ferrari didn't participate.
Okay.
Which actually makes it more interesting.
Right, because you don't have the most popular people there.
Yeah. They mention them, obviously.
Well, yeah,
but
you can't mention Formula One and not talk about them.
Yeah. And then they also do some tricky, like they edit to fit their storyline a little bit in some occasions. So like there's a little bit of wonkiness going on there, but generally the cool part about it is you get a baseline of where the teams all lie in comparison to each other going into this season. And you get to meet a lot of the drivers and get their relationships with each other and the team principals' relationships with each other and that type of thing. So that part was cool about it. And obviously the visuals and everything, like it's cool seeing all the crap going on and all the behind the scenes stuff. Yeah, and that's about it. Other than, just continuing on with the Orville, which we've caught up to it, so now we have to wait every week for a new episode, which kind of sucks. Show's amazing, though. We started not rewatching, but we started watching again, like continuing on, I should say, with The Rookie, which is same theme. It has its highs, has its lows. I wanted to get that Adrian Newey book. It released the 12th.
How to build a car.
Yeah, it released the 12th. I was like, if our Barnes & Noble has it, I'll grab it. If not, I'll just order it.
Do you guys not carry it?
No.
Okay.
Literally no one has it.
Oh.
So I don't know if like that was just like a soft launch and they're just like, we don't quite have it printed yet, but it's coming out on this day.
Huh.
So we'll see.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate.
That or like there was such a bum rush on it that it sold out immediately, which is really hard to believe.
Yeah, or they only soft released it, which we've seen happen to numerous media things where like, all right, there's 10 of them because we don't expect a big sale in this area.
Yeah.
And they're gone. It's been 5 seconds.
Yeah. Well, I checked every Barnes & Noble in our area. The website doesn't have it.
Oh, well, there's just your problem right there.
Yeah. Like Amazon doesn't have it. So like something's weird.
It didn't release then.
So yeah, what have you been up to?
I have fought my way to the Elite Four in Let's Go Pikachu.
Oh boy.
So I'm almost reaching the end of that. That's now completely backburnered. I'm probably going to finish it at PAX is my thought. Because I'm going to take my Switch with me, and that's really the only thing I'm going to have. Like I'm going to have like Mario Kart and stuff like that, but there's no beating that. That's just hanging out and play. And if Dewey brings Smash, maybe we'll just play Smash or something. But that's the only thing I have to like progress on the Switch right now. I played a little bit more Assassin's Creed.
Mm-hmm.
Still backburnered, but wait, it's there.
Yeah.
Thinking about it.
That's getting sidelined.
It's getting sidelined, but it's not getting the Zelda treatment in which I stop.
It will, is what I'm saying. It's going to be Zelda. It's going to get it's dude. I have
never done that to an Assassin's Creed.
So long.
Never.
It's so long. At the rate that you're playing it now, I'm not saying that you're not going to go back
till next year where there's another one.
Yes.
I have a year gap.
At this rate, you're not going to make it.
Be careful. You know what I can do in a week.
Well, I'm not saying
but I have other things that I want to do.
That's the problem is the Division, which I'm sure you're going to talk about very, very shortly.
Yep.
Is the start
of a problem.
Of the problem, because it's like the Division's the beginning, and then there's stuff scattered in April, and it's just the summer you might get a chance, but summer, volleyball, everything else.
It's true. Might be playing 3 nights a week. Work.
Potentially other projects you're interested in.
Hopefully. Not maybe. Potentially. Preferably. Preferably, if that project can take me away from this, all right, I'll get there in a second.
Yeah.
I don't think I've played any Football Manager since we talked. And then that's it. Played some board games. That's just, it's here and there.
Yeah.
But I did buy a new TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
Much to Matt's approval, because he could not stand looking at my old one. And after he finally showed me today, mind you, after I bought the TV, I could see what he was finally on about. But before, I couldn't figure it out. You're like, "What's the? It looks so bad." And I'm just like, "I don't."
For shits and giggles, you should play with this TV for like a week, and then next Friday, we'll hook your old TV back up, and then you can play with that for a little bit and see how you feel about it. Windows updates are threatening to.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. That would be great for shits and giggles. I don't want to have to move that TV.
No, I'm just saying throw it on the floor for like a second and like pop it in, rummage around for a couple hours.
I almost don't want to. So the TV that has showed up is a 55-inch LG 4K HDR TV. It fits perfectly in the entertainment center.
Literally, like it's.
There's maybe an inch all the way around. No, there's more than that because I got my forearm in. So
yeah, there's
2 inches.
Yeah, maybe 2 inches on each side, and
and then still 2 inches on the top, maybe an inch on the top. Looks great. Plays amazing things. It has good sound. Like
it's weird.
It's weird how, and not necessarily how much better that it is, because as we now have come to accept, or I say I've come to accept that TV was garbage. Hey, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's good. That's good for sure.
I've also been watching the sports. Been watching soccer. I've been watching this football off season, which has had a lot of crazy moves. And I've been watching the baseball spring training as we approach closer. And I will be watching highlights, because I'm not staying up that late, to our first Formula One race this weekend, in which I only have a vested small interest in.
Yeah.
But only because I said, you know what, Matt likes this. I usually like things Matt likes. I'll get in on something, because him and I don't do HO scale trains anymore. So we're going to try this.
It'll be interesting because there's already some accusations / sandbagging that's happening. So
it's great. I love it.
Specifically between Ferrari and Mercedes.
Which is even better because neither of those are the teams I chose to root for.
Yeah.
Good old Renault.
Yep.
And Alfa Romeo.
Yep. So Renault is going to be interesting because of the driver, Daniel Ricciardo, man. I'm hoping he kills it. I'm really hoping he kills it. And I hope, honestly, best case scenario, Kimi with his Alpha wins. And we're all of our heads just explode.
It would just be one of those ones where you get the Indiana Jones, and is it Kingdom of the Crystal Skull where the guy's face melts?
Yeah, that's
or is it Temple of Doom?
It's
or is it neither of those? It's the other one.
It's the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Shit. Okay, so yeah, in Raiders of the Lost Ark, when his face just melts, and you're like, that's pretty much what's going to happen.
Yeah, if like that, and then like Daniel Ricciardo comes in second.
Yeah. I'll just text you and be like, I can't believe what I just watched.
And everyone on the TV and all the other drivers are also going to be like, I can't believe what I just participated in.
Did I really just do this? I might have to crash him just so it doesn't happen. And then I've been playing The Division 2. I've got about 5 hours in.
Did you start Thursday night, or did you get the gold edition?
I might have bought the gold edition.
So I kind of thought you did. Before you continue, because I hopped on to Uplay. Not Uplay. Yeah, Uplay.
Well, you'd see it on Discord, too.
Discord. That was what did it, was Discord. Discord ratted you out.
I knew it would.
I popped on Discord, and it said you played like 22 hours. I don't know if that was accurate or not.
No, that's not accurate.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Unless it's counting like idle time or something in the Discord count, because the in-game count only shows me at 5 hours.
Oh, okay.
Or that maybe I had been on for 22 hours because I left my PC on when I ran to play like volleyball or something one day when I was doing an update.
Yeah.
So maybe it was that, but
or maybe
I did not play 22 hours of The Division yet.
I wouldn't be
I said yet. By Monday I might.
Yeah.
Good news, everyone. The Division 2 is more of the Division 1. Better news, everyone. Holy shit, the world is detailed. One of the missions I did, I was walking through the National History Museum.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in like the Vietnam exhibit. It was it was one of those moments where we've talked about it a lot before, I think, in other games where you have a level designer that went through this whole thing of not just like what path are they going to walk on, but you have all these artists that are doing all this stuff. And a lot of times I'm like, I'm going from point A to point B, and if there's an enemy in my way, I shoot him and I move on. And I just stopped. And I just started looking around. There's a fight. There was fights going on. I had match made, so there was 3 other people killing stuff, but I'm just looking around like, damn, this is all right then. And I just was wandering around, like middle of the battlefield, almost like that guy that has, oh my God, he's got AirPods in. Because I'm just wandering through the middle of the battlefield.
They should have had the AirPods in as an accessory.
And I'm just walking around looking at stuff, and there's so much detail throughout the entire thing. After we finish here and I start installing that next game, I'm gonna boot it up just so you can see it and play with it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
There is so much to do. It's mind-boggling. It is like Ubisoft game, duh.
Mm-hmm.
But even when you looked at the Division, you're like, oh yeah, there's stuff to do.
Yeah, but since then we've gotten
Ghost
Recon.
Yeah, Ghost Recon,
which we never finished.
Yeah, we never finished Ghost Recon. We got 2 Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, which
are massive. We got Watch Dogs 2.
Mm-hmm.
Trials. The Crew 2. Like, there are a bevy of collectibles.
Yes.
That they went, how about we did more? And it's not necessarily just collectibles, but there's resources on the map and things to build your character. Like, there's a finite number of the shade tech stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that shade tech directly goes into, it's not just like collect 100 feathers. It's that shade tech is used to buy upgrades to your stuff. So there's constantly, it's less collectathon for funsies, more collectathon because you need it, which is always a good thing.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sandbag Anthem. I don't want to do it, but holy shit. Night and day difference. And this is not true in every case, but I think it's true in this specific one. The Snowdrop engine that runs Division 2 that was made by Massive for this game, well, for Division and then carried on to Division 2.
Mm-hmm.
It is night and day clear, I think, when you have built a beautifully working engine and you are the ones operating inside it.
Yeah.
Versus being forced to use a different one. I mean, you see the same thing with Fortnite and Unreal. Like, they are the ones that made that. They know how to get the most out of that engine. It's just, DICE and the Frostbite engine know how to get the most out of it. But EA doing this weird force of the Frostbite onto BioWare that's not exactly their forte, and then they're trying to do all the stuff that they've never done before in an engine that they don't usually work with. Granted, they use it for Inquisition, but. And Andromeda, I think. Yeah,
which was also
both of them, Inquisition, while it was a decent game, probably technically like an 8.5 out of 10.
They specifically said it took them twice as long to develop than it should have because the engine wasn't working the way they wanted it to.
Even in Dragon Age Inquisition, you could still see graphical problems all throughout the entire thing. Animations didn't look good, character models didn't look good, and then. Come for your chair, Max?
What's Ghost Recon use? Is that not? It doesn't use the Snowdrop engine.
Oh, I don't know. They might use Unreal.
I was just curious. If you know.
And Rainbow Six. While we're talking about Ubi games that are like well done,
but
the Snowdrop engine is amazing. And I was walking through a weather system the other day, and not Fallout 76 weather systems. I was walking through an actual weather system. Not one that I saw off in the distance because it's 60. Never mind. It's the Todd Howard. It's the moment of the Todd Howard press conference that I specifically remember where you can see distant weather systems.
Weather systems.
Oh, sorry. You can see. I'm Todd Howard. I got an oil tycoon. So it was like pouring rain and everything. And I'm like, holy shit, awesome. I think the first time was maybe last night that I saw a duplicate of a gun. It was a different power level, but you can tell all the guns are not just the same 6 skins redone.
Yeah.
I can't wait till I get to the end game.
They have mods on their guns or no?
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I thought they added mods in now.
Yep. Well, they were in before.
Um,
You could put different extended mags on, silencers, scopes, all that stuff. There's that. There's still a dark zone. There's clans now. There's checkpoints in the open world.
It kind of out of curiosity, I looked up what game engine Ghost Recon uses.
Okay.
And it's called Anvil.
Okay.
Anvil Next.
Okay, never heard of it.
Made by Ubisoft Montreal. It's kind of interesting that they...
See, that one's funny because while that engine isn't bad, there were definite problems inside of Recon.
Yeah. It's just interesting to me that Ubisoft they all make their own game engines. That's kind of like a weird thing.
Hey, if you have the people that know how to make a game engine, let them do it. I mean, I get the idea that you want to, whatever, but
Yeah. Well, I mean...
just do it.
That approach is working, whereas the other approach is
not
not working, apparently.
And technically, yes. So DICE and the Frostbite and all the sports games also use the Frostbite engine. But the sports games are usually just our churn cycles. Like next one, next year, next one. So, but yeah, that's what I've been doing. But, Matt, if you wanted to wait on the Division 2, which, I mean, let's be honest, you might. Just, we've talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand. I would love to have you fighting by my side to steal back the Declaration of Independence. You could be my Charlize Theron.
Wait,
I'll
back
be
up.
Nicolas
Are
Cage.
we... Is that a genuine... did they go National Treasure here?
I believe there is a mission that is National Treasure.
It better be called National Treasure, or I'm going to be pissed.
I can double check because I think I have it. Because they mentioned something about that building.
Uh-huh.
And I have seen an image on the subreddit that says press F to collect the Declaration of Independence. So, we can conclude using the transitive property that National Treasure is in the division.
Okay.
So yes, I would like to have you be... God, I might be wrong. That might not be Charlize Theron.
In what, National Treasure?
Yeah.
She's definitely not in National
Who's
Treasure.
the blonde that's in National Treasure?
It's a no-name actress. I
I know
I don't
Charlize
want to
Theron.
say...
Charlize Theron's in Italian Job and stuff.
I don't want to shit on the actress.
That's right. I don't remember.
She's not an A-list actress.
I also couldn't remember the
She's
dude's,
gorgeous.
I couldn't remember the
Don't get me
dude's name.
wrong.
Okay, so perfect. You get to be her. I'll be Nick Cage. We'll all be fine.
Let me just smash my iPad on everything in existence.
But regardless, the other things you could play this week that came out are Lego Marvel Collection for PS4 and Xbox, MX versus ATV All Out Anniversary Edition for the PlayStation 4 or Xbox, The Caligula Effect Overdose for PS4, PC, and Switch, Golf Peaks for the Switch, Rico for the Switch, and One Piece World Seeker for the PlayStation 4 or Xbox. And of course, you could just settle back in with me and play the Division 2.
We'll see.
I understand,
I mean,
but I also understand.
yeah, well, I don't know. Well, I mean, there's not many options at the moment to play. So I think by default, it's going to win. It's just, I don't know. We'll see.
We shall see. Number 1. I'm going to take number 1, by the way. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm just making sure.
Do I ever argue?
No, I just wasn't sure. You were looking like at it, and you had like a quizzical look on your face, like there was something maybe you had forgot to add. I'll continue. Number 1, Microsoft had a whole lot of news this week, so we're just going to jump right in, hence why it's number 1. Microsoft has released a new app on their Xbox One that allows gamers to stream PC games to Xbox One and use a controller. The app is called Simply Wireless Display App. The only downside seems to be that you're forced to use a controller as a keyboard and mouse are not supported yet, which is weird because they're supported on both systems.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird situation.
I'm betting it's because for some reason they want to natively create this app and not just use, like, I don't know, RDP,
Yeah,
whatever.
I suspect that's also the case.
But, hey, we'll get there. But then again, I guess if you're going to the Xbox One, you're probably going to be wanting to be playing with a controller. Otherwise, you would just be sitting at your PC with a keyboard mouse. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's a weird.
I'm assuming it's probably just easier. So they're just like, fuck it.
Right. And if anything, it would just be weird if you went the other way, where they're like, you can stream from your Xbox to your PC, but you have to use a controller, and people would be like, what? All right. So anyway.
Well, you know what it is the games have to support a keyboard and mouse.
Right. It's not up to probably the protocol because when they enabled that, they said it also have to go to the devs to enable keyboard. And I don't know if it's my hair or if it's Max's hair. There's a hair on my mic and it just keeps constantly bugging the shit out of me.
It's my hair.
Yeah. After you shaved it all and covered it on my mic.
Yep.
Anyway. Also, during Microsoft's Inside Xbox event, we got our first look at xCloud, which is Microsoft's cloud streaming service. Didn't really see anything we didn't already know, other than Microsoft specifically saying they aren't developing xCloud as a replacement for consoles. We're just developing it to be used on one of our diskless consoles.
Yeah.
They didn't say that part, but that's pretty much what they are saying.
Yeah.
I think. Anyway.
And they, in case anyone's curious, they... what am I trying to say here? They demoed Forza 4, I think is what it said.
Forza 4 or Forza Horizon 4?
I think they meant to say
Horizon,
but they just said Forza 4. So I'm
that
assuming
would be really weird.
The people who were making the articles just... I've noticed, because I read a lot more of the news now, that there is...
Old man.
Well, just from doing this. Specifically the game news, I'll say.
Okay, all right.
Editing, not there.
No, there is a lot of, I don't know if you have it in here, but it was the 2019, was it Roto World? No, Reuters. What was that article in the, maybe it's
Reuters,
in the Ninja one, when they're talking about a computer gamer something, and you're just like, it's 2019. How do you not have at least like a 24-year-old on staff to look at the 85-year-old writing the article and go, please stop?
Yeah, which is interesting to me, and we're getting off topic again here.
Oh, yeah.
The switch of some of these websites, you can tell when they have someone specifically on staff for video games,
and when they have somebody they tasked to write about.
Yeah, and they're younger and stuff like that. Like Forbes has someone who's writing for them who's actually really, I don't want to say he's good, but like I enjoy reading their articles because the person who's writing them seems to be from my perspective. So it's like, it's kind of nice.
It sounds like they actually got somebody that is at least knee deep in the ecosystem.
Yeah.
They might not be shoulder deep, but they're knee deep.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they are shoulder deep. I haven't really read into it, but I like to think that I'm shoulder deep, and I know I'm not. So I'm like at my waist deep.
Yeah.
We start getting into certain things. I couldn't remember fucking Adam Boyes' name a couple weeks ago.
Well, I think at this point this is the battle from going waist deep to shoulder deep is you're intaking so much information that it all just starts to like
it's one thing to go
turn into gobbledygook
from knee deep to waist deep. That's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's the next step, which is waist to shoulder, where you got to go, all right, I know games. Now, who made what again?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, who's on what game engine? Like
what remains of Edith Finch? Who made the game? Who is the publisher? Annapurna Interactive. Like, certain things I just have to start, drilling into my head. I'll get there.
I'll
get there.
I don't even try anymore. I just absorb what I absorb naturally, and everything else I'll go to Google.
Well, I need to try to absorb more than just my Funhouse catalog memory that's in my head, where I can pull moments from episodes and go find them immediately. I need to not have that and have half of what I have in there. I can use the rest of it for something else. My RAM is filling up, man.
Don't worry. I notice when you do stuff like that, especially with Funhouse.
When I do stuff like what?
When you're like, oh, there's like there'll be something you want to show me, and you'll go exactly to the episode that it's on. I'm like, that's kind of weird. Like, I mean, it's weird.
It's true though.
But I'm sure there's things that I could do that to that you'd also be like, that's kind of weird. Like,
yeah, but it's certain things like completely once again like references that one of us might shoot out or anything. and we are usually pretty good about getting each other's references. But then if we're not, we usually know immediately where that reference came from, and we can just go grab it.
Yeah.
Like, freaking if a streetcar named Desire. Like, I mean, we can immediately just go right there, but that has nothing to mean to anybody, and whatever. It's just beautifully depressing. That's also a Panic at the Disco lyric. Also, back to Microsoft. Halo Master Chief Collection. Oh, God, you wrote this like a butcher.
Yeah, the Microsoft news, I did Cliff Notes so that to jog the memory.
News about the Halo Master Chief Collection.
It's coming out.
It's coming out to PC, and it's going to be coming to Steam and the Microsoft Store. They are adding Reach into the collection of games that comes with it. And that'll be the first one they add. They're going to be adding other ones to it.
Yeah,
I believe ODST.
In chronological order, they're supposed to follow.
Right, so that means Reach, then ODST, which technically takes place, I think, during Halo 2 and before Halo 3, then Halo...
So it would be Reach, Halo, and then...
Halo 2, then ODST, then 3, then 4, then 5.
And that's it. Unless they come out with a new one.
Well,
Infinite.
And also, the devs have had way too much pizza sent to them.
Yeah. Reddit. Bastards.
If you want to elaborate on that. Because otherwise, that's just like, yeah, devs got pizza.
Someone on Reddit, after it was announced that...
I believe it was during, or right, it was leading up to, they said if they announce it for PC... Oh, go ahead. I
don't remember the exact details.
I know the exact ones, but I also asked you to say it, not me.
No, go ahead. If you know the exact... I just know that someone on Reddit started the chain,
there was
basically.
A username on Reddit that I think it was right before the conference went live, said the first developer to comment on this, I will make sure to get pizza sent to the office for them. And right after it came out, first dev comes in and goes, so what kind of pizza are we talking about? And then people have just been sending pizzas to Bungie.
Yeah. Some of them are interesting because I think they're meant as...
Is it Bungie?
It's
no,
343.
It's 343. Forgive me.
Yeah.
Forgive me, internet plebs.
It's fine. They all used to work for... Not all of them, but like half of them used to work for Bungie.
Did you know, technically,
yeah,
Gearbox worked on Halo? This is a completely weird thing. They're on the credit for the Halo Combat Evolved that came to PC.
Yeah.
Continue.
I didn't... That makes sense because I knew that the PC version was worked on by other people.
Only because we'll be talking about Gearbox
and there's a
later.
Mac version, too, that's like kind of weird.
Right. We'll talk about Gearbox later, but I just saw that the other day and went, I forgot about that. Anyway.
There was another one I saw recently. I'm like, oh, who was it? Who the hell was it? Someone worked on Counter-Strike, and I was like, oh, they worked on Counter-Strike? Anyways, people sent them pizzas that they assumed, like they got them, and they're like, oh, these have to be like troll pizzas. And it turned out that people at the studio actually liked those types of pizzas. I think it was anchovies and jalapeno pizza.
Oh.
And that was like a couple developers like favorite pizza.
Even better.
Yeah, so it was like a double troll going on there. Like,
haha, we trolled you because we sent you a bad pizza. Haha, joke's on you. I love it.
Exactly.
The good old Snuggie situation. I got you a Snuggie for Christmas because I hate you. Haha, joke's on you. It's comfortable and I love it.
Snuggies. I forgot about them.
Right? And the weird commercials. Also out of Microsoft, Minecraft will be coming to the Game Pass on April 4th. Should have been April 1st. Come on, Microsoft. Get your head in the game with the April Fool's jokes. And Xbox Live is coming to iOS and Android. There will be achievements, gamer score, hero stats, whatever the fuck those are, friends lists, and clubs, which I'm pretty sure are everybody else's equivalent to communities.
Yeah.
So cool. Microsoft's doing stuff. Microsoft has, I think, roughly 19 indie titles are going to be showing off, come up to GDC. I think that was another thing in there.
A lot of GDC, like...
A lot of GDC, like, hype news.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, has that been a thing ever?
No.
The next story, for example, like, I'm just going to go into it real quick.
It's a solid segue, but I also feel like now, because of how many people backed out of E3, that might be why they're trying to, like, supplant it a little bit. People are like, we're not going to have much around E3, so let's just move it up a couple months, and we'll just hammer GDC really quick.
Yeah, but
Not
like,
that-
what's the...
Like, stuff comes out of GDC.
Yeah. I just don't... I mean, I guess it makes sense given like the stuff that's being hyped up. Like they're
Right.
trying to sell it to developers.
It's still more business information than fan service. But fans nowadays, when it comes to video games, are interested in the business side of things.
Yeah.
Which is, it's weird.
It is, but if you look at it from like a sports perspective, like it kind of makes sense. Like, you know, like
sports
fans
were just ahead of it slightly in video games, where now I'm out here complaining that Bryce Harper has a 13 year, $325 million contract, which he's getting
Wasn't
paid.
he the guy who was like free agent until the last second?
He signed technically after baseball or spring training started.
Yeah.
But he also is locked in for 13 years for $325 million.
Isn't he a young guy?
26.
That's middle age, I guess, for a baseball player.
Yeah, it's pretty much your prime.
Okay. So that's a long time, though.
That's also the biggest contract in sports history.
That is?
Mm-hmm. In terms of
say it again.
13 years at $325 million. I believe is what the deal
I didn't
was.
hear the 300 part. I heard like a 30.
No. 300. His annual
Is
average
he that good though?
AAV for each year is something like $23 million a season.
Is he that good though?
Well, one way to find out.
Huh.
He's technically what you would consider a generational talent.
Okay.
But there's also
who picked him up?
The Philadelphia Phillies.
I mean, I have no frame of
They
reference.
needed him. They needed him.
It
They're
just
not wrong,
seems
but-
like I feel like no. Well, I guess that could be both ways. I guess you are gambling there.
Mhm.
I was gonna say I was gonna say I don't see how any team would want to keep a player that long, but I guess if you get in before, if he turns out to be game changing,
Yep.
then you lock him in at a rate.
Right.
But that's still a lot of money.
Right. You're both people are batting against the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as we always know,
The house always wins.
Yep.
All right.
Just determines who's house in this situation.
Yeah.
Philadelphia Philly owner house or Bryce's house.
Bryce's house is big. It's going to be big.
It's gonna be bigger.
Yeah. Google has posted a short teaser for the GDC event. The teaser doesn't show much other than what we already know, and we already been over the rumors in the previous week. So
That's pretty much my favorite sentence we've said twice
Yeah.
now.
yeah,
It's pretty much everything we already know. We're gonna keep talking about it though.
That's the nature of hype.
That's the nature of our podcast.
The conference is being held on March 19th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I guess we'll know more then. Some other stuff of interest with Google's gaming future is a patent that was found that is for Google's gaming notification system. I didn't realize you needed patents for those type of things, but
Dude, you get a patent on anything.
I know, right?
You would not believe in the place that I work, they have some patents that are like covering a wall of things that people have submitted from there.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at them like, really? You need a patent for this?
Interesting.
I guarantee a water bottle cap, just the cap, is a patent.
Well, I guess now I could believe it with the fact you have to patent a gaming notification system.
Anything, man. Gotta get that money if somebody uses it.
Money. Accompanying the patent was an illustration of a game controller that might be an indication of what a controller from Google would look like. Guess what? It looks like every other controller.
Man, who would have thought that they ergonomically already figured this out?
Of more interest is the news that Jade Raymond is now working for Google.
Hopefully this project doesn't get canceled.
She hasn't specified what role she is playing in the company other than she is some sort of vice president. She's a successful game developer. Well, I guess you could say arguably a successful game developer. Who is a producer of Assassin's Creed and an
Solid.
executive producer of Assassin's Creed 2,
More
Watch
solid.
Dogs, and Splinter Cell Blacklist.
All solid runs. I
But
mean,
what
some
about
people,
the ones that never made it?
Well, then you don't consider her a game developer on them because they didn't exist.
Exactly.
It's funny. A lot of people. I'm not gonna go deep into this, but a lot of people shit on Watch Dogs, like the original one.
I liked it.
I kind of liked it better than the second one.
I didn't play the second one. So it's like $16.
Doll hairs.
Yeah. Maybe I should run through it real quick.
Not if that's one of your options, Matthew.
No, I like the first Watch Dogs.
Yeah, so did I. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Dark
It was
Story.
a typical like first Ubisoft game, like
Right. But it was a dark, grit-filled story.
Yeah, I think it was a little ahead of its time. Actually, I feel like if one came out now, it'd be more of a everyone
and
would lose
a
their
lot
shit
of
about
a lot of people shit on it because of what happened with the E3 to launch situation, which I understand.
I love that. That was the game that kicked off.
That's also the Anthem problem, and LA Noire problem, and
that's what I was saying. That's the game that kicked off that whole trend now, where everyone looks for the downgrade.
Shiny, shiny, shiny. Ooh, look, piece of cake. Big turd.
Story of my life.
So the funny thing with Google too is there were rumors that they were partnering with id Software and Ubisoft to potentially create a new game console. More to be heard at GDC. Maybe.
See,
maybe not.
I'm a firm believer that competition is good.
Right. But what if they... Because I know what you're going to say.
But.
Or let's dial it back. Let's just make the thought that they say game console, right?
Yes.
But we all know they don't mean discs. We all know that. You know Google heard rumors about Xbox making a cloud thing with its diskless, and they went, we already have Project Stream. What if I just gave you a box that runs it? Man,
True.
There we are.
But then we're going to run into the Epic Game Store problem, which is...
No, the Google Play Store just has actual video games on it then.
Yeah, well, but then everyone's going to be like, oh, get the leg up. Well, exclusive. That's the part I hate, is the exclusive.
Number 3. I just don't want to derail us into that epic conversation again because Steam's coming up.
Epic conversation. Okay.
I'm dead inside. Number 3. Steam is continuing its steady march of changes and improvements to compete against its new rivals, air quotes there. Valve announced that it is expanding the capabilities of Steam Link with a new feature called Steam Link Anywhere. If you couldn't guess by the name, the new feature turns Steam Link into a cloud streaming service. Steam Link Anywhere will allow you to take your Steam library with you as long as you have the Steam Link. If I say Steam Link one more time during this. As long as you have the Steam Link app and decent network speeds. At the moment, it's a beta and only available on Android devices. Valve also made some of their own resources available to partner developers. They made several of Steam's network APIs and infrastructure available to devs so they can offer faster and more secure multiplayer. It's funny that Steam Link is forever associated with bad hardware. That they're like trying so hard to pivot from that. Actually, it's in the drawer over here.
The Steam Link?
The actual Steam Link.
Yeah.
But now they've moved it to just being a software product, which was the smart call.
Yeah. The interesting part is
the hardware doesn't do it as well.
They updated the link too.
Right. But it still is
to have the feature, which is interesting to me. So like
in theory, I should be able to take that link, go to Boston,
hotel,
and play from my PC that I for some reason left on while I was gone.
Yeah. Which
I
appreciate Valve's commitment to things sometimes. Like
sometimes they commit in areas where everybody else would just be like, oh, well, good try.
Yeah. I mean, I spent $30 on
Let's close
that
the
thing.
studio and shut them down.
Like, I mean, I don't want to say $30 is throwaway money, but for like, it was a purchase I made on a whim because I thought it was cheap and like, why not try it out?
Right.
I'm into that
we
stuff.
both bought them from $30 because their sale dropped. We went, $30 is worth it. We'll see.
Yeah.
It's the same thing where with the PlayStation TV, like I would have bought a PlayStation TV. I almost bought that one on clearance that we kept having for $15 and just being like, see what it's about.
Yeah. I kind of wish I still did.
I know every now and then not recently, but I've always just had that thought after it officially went salvage and I couldn't stop it from going salvage because it went salvage when I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I just went, I should have just,
I haven't had a chance to try the PS4 remote play stuff at all.
Neither have I.
And I can't imagine it's like I would assume that the PlayStation TV would work better and it would be nice to have in a bedroom. Right. I've run into that problem a lot more now than I would have thought at the time that I would have that problem.
Right. The good old Future sight is 0-0, but hindsight's 20/20.
Exactly.
I'll let you take this really nice short one here.
Like Steam, Sony is also expanding the remote play functionality.
Oh, wait. Did we just talk about this?
The PS4 Remote Play app found its way onto the Apple App Store late last week. Too bad there's been a third-party PS4 Remote Play app available for years now.
Just people never knew about it because people don't pirate enough.
The other thing that's
Yar,
interesting...
matey. I said yar.
Yar.
What I'm doing Hawaiian Hang 10. What a...
It's a weird night, okay?
Yar, bro.
There's someone that's probably like that.
Somalian pirate, yar, bro. Anyway, sorry.
The interesting part of the interesting part about this issue is that, and I didn't look into it and I didn't want to get too into it other than to mention it. Apple will not allow Steam to put their Steam Link app on the App Store for whatever reason, but they'll allow Sony to put their Remote Play app on the App Store.
Yeah.
And there's something that's causing a bit of a controversy about it, obviously, but I didn't read into why they wouldn't publish Steam Link on the App Store. But I can't imagine it's a good reason. Because
I imagine it's either... I could understand if they found a security flaw and they said, okay, just fix it. But for them to officially just, no, we're not doing it. All right, well, did PlayStation make another weird exclusive deal?
It's been a thing for a bit since the app came out. So
right. Number 5, Turtle Rock Studios, known for Evolve and Left 4 Dead, is making another zombie co-op game. Back 4 Blood will be published by Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment and is currently being made for PC, Xbox One, and PS4. Co-founder and creative director Phil Robb said, what a name, Phil Robb. Phil Robb said, quote, "We know this title has to stand out, and we fully intend to make that happen," end quote. Well, good news, Phil Robb. Evolve stood out. Then it crashed and burned. Left 4 Dead stood out. They made a second one. And then we just kind of stopped.
Yeah. They didn't make the second one, I don't think.
No, they didn't. You're right. The other studio did.
They had like a lengthy quote that basically he said that they're hoping to capture what made Left 4 Dead good and recreate it with new...
Its ease and simplicity. That's what made it good.
Yeah. Which I fucking loved Left 4 Dead.
I enjoyed just hanging around and playing it. It did run into what always kind of runs into it, kind of where I'm like, all right, same thing again. Like, give me like do like that, but give me modifiers on the levels of like zombies. All zombies explode and do damage, like something along those lines.
It has a fond place in my memory because it obviously it got old really quickly, but it only held my attention long enough to experience it with, like enough.
Right.
And then something else came along and I was like, ooh, shiny.
Yep. You get the nice burst. You, 3 friends, always getting on, always playing. It lasts for about 2 weeks and then everybody goes, hey, that thing. And then it's just gone. You never have to go back to it. You don't have to go back and experience loneliness trying to find random people. Like all this weird shit.
It was actually a YouTube video on Applebee's account of us. What are they called? The big dudes that would smash?
Boomers. Jocks.
Yeah, whatever they were. The big, huge guy, not the jock. The huge from the first Left 4 Dead.
Not Brute.
It was like akin to like what you'd consider a Brood, I guess.
Juggernaut? No.
Something like that. You know what I'm talking about. Though.
Yeah. Not Boomer, because Boomer was the vile one.
That thing hit like as soon as the round started.
It was Jock. Wasn't it just Witch, Boomer, Hunter, and Smoker in the first one?
And then it had the one that would happen every once in a while, the really big dude, I think.
I thought that was the Jock in 2.
Maybe it was. I don't know.
Because the Jock was the big, like, stone-throwing, muscle-brained idiot.
So that guy spawned in the beginning of the level.
Oh.
And we didn't know what to do, so we ran back into the safe room, but he followed us into the safe room, and we were recording the whole time. Appleby was recording, I'm assuming, because he had the video.
Right.
And so we all just started running around the table in the center of the the safe room, and he was following us around the table, and we just did that for like a minute and a half straight. And basically, he took that, put it on YouTube, and then put the Benny Hill music to it.
Let the Bodies Hit the Floor?
No, Benny Hill.
Oh, not Benny Hinn.
You know the I can't even. I don't want to do it because I'll butcher it. But like that cliche.
You don't have to do it. I just need to know.
Benny Hill music, the cliche like British like. Oh my god!
Oh god! Why? I feel like I know this.
You
and I'm
do.
Just blanking.
You do. I'll pull it up.
You guys remember that references conversation we had before? This is when Nate forgets an obvious one.
Oh, we got an ad. Sorry, I don't have an ad blocker on my.
Welcome to this show is sponsored by
It's whatever this ad is for.
We'll go with Progressive.
Nope, it's Samsung S10.
Oh, Samsung S10. All right, that's close. Yep. Okay. Basically, what I would consider like hoedown music.
Yeah.
Which is not actual hoedown music, but I mean it's that weird country. Like, yeah. Okay. Well, you know what the Benny Hinn one? It's not. Let the Bodies Hit the Floor is obviously Drowning Pool, but
yeah.
You know who Benny Hinn is, right? He's a false prophet who cures people with. Complete air quote cures. He's a false prophet who believes that he's essentially can touch people and cure them of release demons out of them and stuff like that. But whenever he does it, obviously everybody just plays it up. So he just lightly touches somebody and they go flying back 18 feet and falling on the floor. So there's a montage of like moments of him doing that, and it's put to Let the Bodies Hit the Floor.
Oh,
I'll show you. It's pretty good.
Nice. I like it.
Anyway, let's move on.
All right. We had some very exciting rumors going around this week that said Sony was in, quote, board level talks to buy Take-Two Interactive. Take-Two should sound a little familiar because they're the owners of Rockstar Games, 2K, and Private Division. To give you some perspective, here's some games that they are responsible for. Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, BioShock, Borderlands, XCOM, Sid Meier's Civilization, and NBA 2K. And I left out a whole slew of other ones that are equally as big.
I don't want to interrupt your story, but it happened. It exactly happened.
Nice. So just to point out what Nate's talking about, we tried the Steam Link Anywhere app. I'm at Nate's house, obviously, and I left my computer on at home, and I pulled up the Tomb Raider game on my phone, which from the 2 seconds I played of it, it worked really well. But Nate's concern was that it probably, he assumed it literally plays on your computer as well. And my fiance went into the office and found my computer running Tomb Raider, and now obviously she's probably freaked out. So we'll let her simmer with that for a bit. Anyways, back to Take-Two. The rumors created enough of a firestorm to make Take-Two stock price rise by 5%. But alas, the rumors are false. A Sony spokesperson squashed the rumors by saying, quote, "We do not know where the rumor is coming from, but there is no such plan," end quote.
Oh, which means there is doublespeak.
It seems like the rumor originated from a mishandled note from a Wall Street trader who had labeled it as unconfirmed. Wall Street seemed to like the idea, so maybe Sony should look into it.
Well, I mean, anybody with half a brain would look into that.
Yeah, I know, right?
If I had the money to acquire Take-Two, yeah, I'd probably look into it.
I can't even imagine how much that would cost.
I have an idea.
Rockstar, by itself, prints entire banks.
Yep. So, 3 banks? Whatever 3 banks equates to, that's probably the value.
Well, I just can't imagine like how you'd even put a value on it. So you have Rockstar has put out 2 games that have made over $1 billion.
They have the 2 biggest grossing video games of all time.
Yeah. So how do you say, "Oh, I'm going to give you this amount of money for this company that has consistently printed out $1 billion games?"
Right. And this goes, when this broke, I saw it right before I was leaving for volleyball, which is why I told you to try to call me because I was driving when you texted me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tried to use my voice to speech, which is how you got that paragraph. And I was like, I don't know if that's right. But it's sent. And I was like, all right, we'll see. But anyway, I had said, I think the Take-Two purchase would be bigger than the Rockstar purchase. Because when this news was coming out, people are like, they might purchase Take-Two and Rockstar. Almost treating them on different level or on the same level.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. Like, don't get me wrong. Sony, if they went out and bought, or if anybody, Sony, Microsoft, hell, Nintendo for all funsies, bought Rockstar, that would be big news. That'd be a giant move.
Yeah.
But if Sony acquired Take-Two, that's mega news. That is, oh yes, they bought the parents of Rockstar. So not only now do they own Rockstar, now they own everything else you listed. Now they own all the 2K sports franchises. Now they own the Civ games, which are big on PC still.
Yeah.
Now you own Gearbox, which means you own Borderlands 3, which is coming out.
Yeah. And Private Division is a publisher that publishes for independent studios. So
there's
they
a giant indie market.
They're publishing Obsidian's new game,
Even better.
Outer Lands or whatever it's called.
Right. So now you're publishing Obsidian's Fallout Hotline Miami, or Vaporwave Fallout, whatever you want to call it. And I know they actually have a name. It's
Knock
Outer
off
Lands.
Cyberpunk.
Wasteland Cyberpunk. So you would have all of this stuff, and if they're truly like a publishing house for indie dev or indie companies, which you are technically losing the race to on Microsoft because they have these 19, like all these. How many did they announce at E3 last year? Like I don't know, five or six new studios that are technically indie for them.
Yep.
You would be making a giant move, and that would be gigantic because, as we also know, Sony doesn't like to play with others, especially with the people that they own. So if they bought Take-Two, guess what that means about Rockstar's next game? Probably. It's exclusive. Guess what that means about the 2K sports games? Potentially. Exclusive. Guess what that means about that new Fallout Outer Lands game? I gotta stop calling it Fallout. I know they don't want to be associated with it. What about the new Outer Lands game? Exclusive. Civ 6 stays on PC because nobody's going to try to bring that to console. They're like the one division that would probably just be left, and they're like, you guys can just do what you want on PC. Like, we'll keep making money off you, but like, don't worry about having to come to console. But like, all that other stuff is possible underneath the Sony "it's mine, I'm not sharing" club,
which you know they would do,
which would infuriate people. Can you imagine being an Xbox owner and being like, man, I really like NBA 2K. I currently can't play any good baseball game, but I at least get a good basketball game. No, I don't. I have to play NBA Live.
Yeah.
Not that it's necessarily a bad option, but it's clearly the lesser of the two. Oh, I really like to play. That's the only one I can think of. Shit. I forgot. EA owns the hockey license and the football license.
WWE.
Yeah, that's true. Any wrestling fan, gone.
Yeah. Which that crossover, I'm sure, is pretty hefty.
It's just funny.
It is. It's an interesting proposition.
It would only be funny if it actually happened.
Yeah.
But it's a giant move. Like,
how do I word this? The fervor that this rumor created for how unsubstantiated the rumor was and how quickly people picked it up is kind of ridiculous. But like, there was publications that were going through like Sony's history and being like, these are the type of, like, this is the divisions and stuff that they've sold and bought, and like this is the likelihood. And like, in the past, old Sony, before Sony slimmed down, Sony would drop buku money to buy
up whatever they could.
But they're not that company anymore, really.
Right. And the more that I kind of looked into it, the more I looked into it in terms of 5 minutes from when you and I were talking about it, not on air, was I wonder if they went to CD Projekt Red and tried to have like a conversation with them maybe about buying them and them coming underneath them. And it didn't work out, so they went, well, what about Take-Two? And like they were just trying to like workshop like weird big ideas. Yeah. CD Projekt Red would be another one because that gives you technically a PC market because they own God Galaxy, and it gives you Cyberpunk, Like, it gives you another giant studio that's not necessarily the buku dollars that Rockstar is, but it's also a beloved fan darling.
Yeah, and CD Projekt Red fits nicely into how PlayStation works.
Right.
Where they let a powerful studio
take their time,
do whatever they want, and
develop what you need to. We'll show you at Paris Games Week for 16 years, and then you guys can release an early access thing. Oh, that was Quantic Dreams. Anyway.
Poor Quantic Dreams.
Hey, dreams are real, man. They're just in early access. Number 7. Speaking of firestorms, did we speak of firestorms? Was the Sony thing a firestorm?
Yeah,
is that your transition?
The rumor started a firestorm.
Ah, okay.
But then I broke it up with a really long story about...
And then I rambled for a while, and I forgot what we said. So, speaking of firestorms, DICE has finally given us a release date for the Battlefield 5. Yeah, I know. But for the Battlefield 5 Battle Royale mode. March 25th is the big day, with the announcement of Firestorm's imminent release. EA DICE also released a trailer that was honestly the most interesting thing that's come out of Battlefield 5 so far. Oh, God, that's true. Apparently, the new mode will feature 64 players on Battlefield's largest map to date, called Hellboy. The format at launch will be 16 teams with 4 players each, with duos coming sometime in April. It also looks like the mainstays from Battlefield, like the destructible buildings, vehicles, and reinforcements, will be in the Battle Royale mode. One map, probably. Hope the fire ring is insta-kill. Guarantee it's not. Battle Royale players look more like World War II soldiers. Oh, these are all just reminders? Okay, I'm going to stop talking then. Matt, can you go ahead?
Oh, well.
Not like the next story. Thoughts. Did you have any thoughts? Are you interested to play this Battle Royale?
I kind of am. I want to spend more time with Battlefield. I hope that they... I hope that they...
Controller cat.
I know, right? I hope that they bring... I want more stuff, really. I think where Battlefield kind of failed us all was they didn't bring in the content that we thought they would, like all the different armies and vehicles and...
Right.
All that stuff I think they said they were going to add in later. I don't know what the deal is.
They had the 3 challenge stuff, but there was only guns and cosmetics added. There weren't any.
That freaking car though, the boat car.
Yes, the amphibious vehicle. Yeah.
I want that. That thing's cool. I think it's a VW.
I believe it is.
What else was there? No, the insta-kill fire ring thing was just kind of a thought that occurred to me that I feel like that's something that would be interesting because that Battle Royale hasn't really done that before, where it's you have to move in no matter what. Immediately, I guess. So people are constantly thinking about moving. Yeah. Obviously, it was a trailer and not in-game footage, but if it worked like the in-game footage or the trailer showed, that would also be kind of interesting. It actually changed the map in a sort of way, instead of just being this kind of weird wall that moves in. I think it's kind of, I don't know. I think it'll hurt them if it's just one map. Because one map, as we know, can get boring very quickly, even if it's huge, because of meta. Yeah, that's really about it. I don't know. Your thoughts on it?
My thoughts, and I showed you a little bit. If you played Bad Company, just watch the trailer, because to me it reeks Bad Company. Not the way things are talked, because there's no dialogue or anything. Just the aesthetic that they chose to put on the trailer, and not that it'll carry to the game, and the way the character models are and stuff like that. Just something about it, I can't get Bad Company out of my head when I look at it. It's just weird. Even the opening of the thing at the end, them looking at that
I wonder
tank.
if who made the people responsible for the trailer are people that had a heavy hand in Bad Company.
Maybe they are, and it's also funny because they would be missing a giant money grab, and not that EA likes to miss money grabs, to make your squad via a cosmetic DLC item, whatever, be the Bad Company guys.
Yeah.
Voice lines and everything from Bad Company, it's all possible. Whatever, cat. You're unsatisfiable. Number 8. I'm a liar. Matt.
Oh, was it me? 2 weeks ago, we spoke about Borderlands 3 making a potential appearance at PAX East, and now it's looking even more likely. Gearbox is making it even more obvious now with an image they've released on Twitter. The image is of a highway exit sign in the cel-shaded style found in Borderlands, which reads, quote, March 28, Boston, MA, end quote. There's also an exit sign that reads Exit 3. I don't know how they could make this any more obvious. On top of the Borderlands 3 tease, Gearbox tweeted, time to tease another game for PAX, end quote, with an image of a partially disassembled robot on a table in some sort of lab. I don't know if you want to give any more detail on that.
I don't need to. If you know the billboard that is famous in Borderlands, that's the billboard they used. If you know Borderlands cell shading and everything else, we're going to Borderlands 3.
Yeah.
Huzzah. They asked about it at the Borderlands, wow, God, what do they call it? Vault Hunters program or something a couple years ago at PAX. That everybody's like, cool, all right, so Borderlands 3 is probably happening. But then nothing had really, it kind of had gone radio dark. Yeah, whatever. And
yeah,
I know, yeah. But now it's back. It'll be cool. I'm going to try to be in that room for when that is revealed.
Have they released the schedule yet?
Yeah, the schedule's out.
Okay.
But I don't know if they'll try to just, as PAX opens, do the release trailer and stuff, and then do the panel, or if they're going to do all of that live at their panel. But I'm going to try to be in the room for it, just so I can see the sea of people.
Yeah. Should be fun, for sure.
I mean, I'll be having fun regardless if I'm there or not, but it will be cool. Number 9, nothing super exciting, but Bend Studio took to Twitter this week to announce that Days Gone has gone gold. For some reason the gone threw me. I don't know.
Yeah.
The development time for Days Gone has been a bit unique, which more than anything highlights Sony's dominance this generation. Days Gone was first announced at E3 in 2016 and was meant to be released in 2018. And in early 2018, Sony moved the release date to February 22nd, 2019, with no specific reason given. In hindsight, that move looked to be a good idea, as Spider-Man and Red Dead 2 were massive hits that surely would have overshadowed a new IP. Not to mention, more development time is always a good thing. Maybe. I don't know about always a good thing.
Yeah.
Results may vary.
Yeah, we'll see, I guess.
Days Gone was delayed again from February 22nd to April 26th, this time Sony citing the crowd. Oh, God, I stopped being able to read. This time, Sony citing the crowded release schedule. So here we are. It's the 2nd March, and Bend is telling the world that Days Gone is finished almost 2 full months before release.
Yeah. I just wanted to keep that in mind in case one of us gets the game and plays it, and it turns out to be either good or pile of poop.
It could very much run in. It's in the prime Detroit slot.
Yeah, and also God of War, I think, too.
God of War was earlier. God of War was like now.
Yeah.
Or no, God of War was April. I'm sorry. And technically, Detroit was May. So, by theory, it should be between the two games in terms of quality. But yeah, it's got that weird window where it's kind of on its own for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be the one where people, when we hit like August, are like, why aren't people playing? You need to play this game.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I wonder if that's going to be Sony's new IP release window.
Yeah, right. No, what am I saying? Yes, exactly. The new IP release window, yeah.
Yeah. There was another story I saw a little while ago how they changed some of the dialogue and stuff. They changed the main character a little bit because people didn't react to him as positively as I didn't understand that, but people didn't respond to him as positively as they had hoped, and they changed it based on some of people's feedback.
Which was pretty much only influencers because they're the only ones that have played it.
Probably. I would assume so.
Man.
Yeah. They basically, from my understanding, is they made him softer.
Oh my god.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Press F to feel emotions. Oh, sorry. Press square to feel emotions.
Number 10. Rebellion dropped some game announcements on us during one of their development updates. Sniper Elite V2 Remastered will launch later on in 2019 with all content included and some additional features.
Cool.
It's getting the full visual workover, so 4K, HDR, visual enhancements, and it's releasing on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch.
I don't think 4K, HDR, and Switch go together in the same sentence, but yeah.
I know, right? The Switch is also getting Sniper Elite 3 Ultimate Edition.
But
also
not in 4K HDR?
No. Also out in 2019 sometime. Rebellion also mentioned that Sniper Elite 5 is in development, and they're working on a Sniper Elite VR.
I'm down.
For all of the above?
No, for the last two.
Okay. That would be...
I already own V2. Remastered would be cool, but I already own.
You get a discount.
And you get a discount.
They said that they're people who already own it get some sort of discount.
Yeah,
so.
it's probably like the I think it was Borderlands had a similar thing where they're like, just when you move up to the next version, it's only going to cost you like $10 or whatever, but you get the full enhanced. Either way, I'm not going to re-download and play V2. I'm probably just not going to do it. And I'm not going to get 3 on the Switch because we've already played 3 and beat it on our PCs.
Yeah.
But I'm intrigued about 5. I'm intrigued about what location they might move to because we were in Italy in 4. 3 was the desert. So maybe we... and
2 is just Germany, right?
2 is Germany. So France? Germany again? I get to kill Hitler again? I don't know. I mean, technically I just boot up zombie army and kill zombie Hitler as many times as I want to, but...
Japan. Or one of the islands.
Japan would be interesting. We went to the Pacific Theater.
Yeah.
What if we just went to Hawaii and we stopped the invasion of Pearl Harbor by shooting?
Maybe.
Anyway.
We go to China. We go to...
I mean, we technically go anywhere.
Yeah, technically.
We go to America and fight off the...
And kill JFK?
Nazi incursion. Turns out, Carl, whatever his name is the killer in the knoll. Anyway. The VR thing is interesting to me. Because that would be pretty cool. Because if it's the VR and I get to use motion controllers and stuff, and actually that'd be pretty cool. Give me bullet time. I want bullet time in VR.
Oh, and you could stop and
yeah,
look around and stuff.
So as it's hitting his skull and it goes into the full,
you're like, where do I want to go with this?
It goes into the full. Yeah, not me shooting his nuts, but it goes into the full, like skeleton moment, and you can essentially just pivot around and watch.
That would be cool.
Watch them 3D model a skeleton getting shot. It'd be sweet. It'd be cool.
That would be very cool.
Number 11. Turtle Beach is a well-known... I got both turtle things?
Yeah, you're a turtle. Turtle.
Turtle Beach is a well-known headset maker inside the gaming community, but they differ from most of their competition in a major way. They only make headsets. We're going to dance to one song and one song only.
Stairway to Heaven.
Provocative. Gets people going. Stairway to Heaven is going to take 18 minutes to get anywhere. Anyway, looks like Turtle Beach has decided to remedy this situation by buying Roccat. Roccat makes basically all the other PC peripherals, but most people know them for their mice, which are oh, God. What has happened to me?
I don't know, man. There was something in those Riggies.
Oh, you know what wasn't in those Riggies? A
Chicken?
little bit more spice.
Yeah, there was no spice at all.
There was definitely... Oh, I don't want to completely derail into Riggies. I needed more pepper.
Yeah.
Peppers. Preferably the ones... I got 2, I think, that I could noticeably see. They need to be
any.
They need to be cut into thirds, and more of them, and more chicken.
Yeah.
And a little bit of,
the chicken was a
hot
little dry,
sauce or sriracha. Too. Just a little bit of, an Emerald Lagasse bam flavor in there. Yeah. It's just something to tickle the palate. Anyway, moving back to what we were talking about, they only make headsets, and it looks like Turtle Bitch.
That, folks, is what we call a Freudian slip.
No, it's not. No, it's not. That's a fucking Ron Burgundy.
Oh my God, it says it.
It's Ron Burgundy. I said Turtle Bitch because I went back to trying to actually read exactly what it says.
I wish that was intentional.
Turtle Bitch. Oh shit! How did I not say it the first time? All right. Whew.
Well, it says turtle. That's the only time it says turtle bitch. Like the rest of the time, it says turtle beach.
Literally the only time.
Oh my God.
That's why when you said it, I was like, "Shit! Did he update it?" And my document didn't update. Nope.
Nope, mine said the same thing.
Oh my God! All right, so Rocket makes other shit for PC. The deal has Turtle Beach paying out $19.2 million in cash, stock, and earn-out payments.
It's 14. It's 12 or 14 million in cash.
I want to know how you transport $12 or $14 million in cash when you're buying a company. Do you just palletize bricks of money and then drive it in their front door and go, "This was part of our negotiation. I'll take your keys. Thank you."
I don't even I just want to know how it happens, because obviously it's probably some sort of wire transfer. But how do you wire transfer that much money? There's got to be like a million safeguards.
But then that's not cash.
Yeah.
I also just want the Rocket CEO to just be like, "No, I want cash, $20, non-sequential bills, bundled, and you bring them into my office. As many suitcases as it needs." And you're just like, "Are you a drug lord?" I said, "Don't ask questions." This move may be simply out of survival, since the market seems to be consolidating, with Razer and Logitech looking to gobble up everything else. In the last couple years, Razer has bought THX and Nextbit while expanding their lineup. Logitech, on the other hand, has grabbed Astro, Blue Microphones, Jaybird, Cytec, and Ultimate Ears, and Corsair and Elgato are partnered together.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's finding a buddy.
Yep.
And now two of the smaller ones have found another buddy.
Exactly.
Because technically, Turtle Beach and Rocket are two of the smaller peripheral companies.
Yep. Yupper doodles.
Even with the powers combined,
they're no match.
Do they not form enough to defeat Razer?
Yeah. And Razer probably couldn't take on Logitech.
Razer couldn't take on Logitech now. Corsair is the only one I think could take on Logitech.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Saytech. They used to make joysticks. They might still. I don't know.
They're probably the only people that do. I think Logitech makes a joystick. Well, I think they have a version of a joystick.
They have a joystick
that probably stopped at like 2012.
What? Oh, you know why I bought a joystick?
Flight Simulator 10.
Star Wars Galaxies Jump to Lightspeed.
Oh God! Oh,
it was an expansion for Galaxies.
We talked about that.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
That was a nice joystick. Number 12. It's no secret that EA paid streamers to promote Apex Legends on Twitch. The move paid off by putting Apex in a position to trade blows with the current BR king, Fortnite.
The best part is literally it's still just current and reigning king.
Yeah.
He gets dethroned for about a week and comes back.
Bastards. According to a source who spoke to Reuters, I think it's Reuters, right?
Reuters.
We've gotten a peek at what EA dished out to make the Twitch promotion happen. According to the source, Tyler Blevins, also known as Ninja, was paid roughly $1 million to play and tweet about Apex Legends for a single day. In December of 2018, Ninja told CNN that he makes $500,000 a month and considerably more in a good month. Mind-blowing how much money the top Twitch streamers pull in.
Yep. I mean, I really don't have anything more to...
It's just interesting.
It's just, I think the dollar amount's just the interesting part. But then again, as pointed out in the Inside Gaming Daily for today, Friday, I believe, talking about it, a 30-second spot in the Super Bowl was $5.25 million, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So for 24 hours, not that it was he didn't play for 24 hours, but say that he streamed for 8 hours. So for 8 hours on the biggest channel on Twitch, you paid $1 million for a spot. That's a good deal.
Yeah, I mean, from a marketing perspective, it's definitely like a good
It's
return on investment.
Not that this trend hasn't happened before, but it's the beginning of you can see return from doing this.
Yeah.
So be prepared for this to happen more, I guess is my thing. Like you're going to see this. This was the first time it really succeeded, like massively succeeded. And it will happen again.
Oh, definitely. It definitely will.
But I believe I am the last one for this. And we will buzz through these because I don't think there's really much for us to hit with. There were some movie trailers that came out. First one, Aladdin.
As we both discussed, it should be a Bollywood movie.
Matt and I are both of the persuasion that this should have just gone 100% Bollywood. And I actually might watch it at that point. Or at least watch part of it.
Yeah.
Just go full Bollywood production level because I'm really intrigued with what they could have done with it. And as we both agree, Jasmine is the hottest Disney princess.
Yep. Facts.
We said that animated before this person even got cast.
Yeah.
Just saying. Number 2, Avengers Endgame. Trailer number 2.
It's kind of surprising.
2, 3, 2.
2, I think. Second trailer. They don't really show. I mean, they don't show a lot in their trailers, but like people are still like frothing at the mouth for this movie.
Yeah,
which is fine.
Which, like I said, yeah, it's fine. It's just, can we all just enjoy it and not have to like freak? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't need to see the 17,000 fan theories about what this small gray dot in the back means. And I'm like, dude, just I'm going to end up seeing it the same way we saw the first part.
Mm-hmm.
We're both going to not text each other. We're both going to go alone on our day off and sit in the middle of an empty theater and enjoy it.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
Or just together in the middle of an empty theater on a weird lunch date.
Yeah.
Also, third movie was a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air fan-made remake for a movie trailer, it looked like.
I don't know why. I don't know, because the YouTube videos we saw called it a movie trailer, but from my understanding of the post on Reddit, it was just like a little fan-made one-off thing.
Yeah, they probably named it movie trailer because technically movie trailer trends better on YouTube would be my guess.
That would make sense.
Because it puts you in the category of movie trailers.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like just a fan thing of what Fresh Prince might look like in today's society.
Yeah. If they were make it today as like a
if they made a current
mini series or something.
It doesn't look bad. I'd probably recast a few things just visually and looks pretty good.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting and it was well made. So.
I'd at least watch the first episode just to see.
Yeah.
But cool little fan thing.
Cool. Check it out.
Check it out.
Check it out now. Funk show, brother.
Well done. Number 4, as we didn't call this, to be fair, but we also weren't horribly surprised by it, I don't think.
No.
That Disney decided to rehire James Gunn and put him back on Guardians of the Galaxy 3. The part that I don't know is what this means for Suicide Squad.
He's finishing it, and then once he's done, they're going to start on Guardians again.
Oh, cool.
So I guess it was probably Disney being like, yeah, we fucked up. And James Gunn being like, well, I'm already doing this other thing. They're like, okay, you can finish it, I guess.
Yeah.
I think it's more of like, we don't want DC to get a hold of you. Come back.
Yeah, it's like, we kind of know what you can do. And also, when we let you go, your own cast wasn't really like, they were really behind you.
Mm-hmm.
And this whole new guy didn't really jazz it up for us. So can you come finish it? Please?
Yeah. I think it'll be telling. I'm assuming that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is going to be the last one.
My guess would be yes. Of their specific.
Yeah. What'll
story.
be interesting is if Disney has other projects with him after.
It'll be interesting to see, especially one, not only if they necessarily have projects for him, but two, that keep him in the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
or they let him do as he wishes and make Suicide Squad 2, or
Yeah,
or
whatever.
not even necessarily Suicide Squad 2. He does a Justice League movie that's good. I don't know,
Yeah.
but the
a bit bold.
possibilities are endless.
Yes.
And holy shit, that's all I got.
Yeah,
It's been a long one,
it has been a long one.
about $1.30.
$1.30. I got to work tomorrow morning.
We're not past midnight yet.
Suck. I got to drive home. I gotta go
Okay,
to
listen.
bed.
Yeah, you probably got to stop at Taco Bell. I understand.
No, I'm not stopping at Taco Bell. I'm going to eat all the Thin Mints when I get home. I would have
Yeah.
brought them, but I
Yeah,
had Samantha
yes.
brought home one box, and then she took an entire
Sleeve?
sleeve to work.
What a heathen.
That's what I said.
She complains that we creep her out with the computer.
I know, right?
Bitch, my Thin Mints.
Exactly. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to restock up somewhere.
I'm going to need to find a dealer to get me some Thin Mints.
Yeah.
I'm not paying this $9 a box I see on Amazon. I will pay $5 a box for a $5 fill-up from
Listen,
KFC.
if I go to if I go into the mall and they got the table set up, I'll buy
I
buy a whole box.
I got a $5 box that rocks. That's the old Taco Bell joke.
Oh.
Charles Barkley. That being said, yeah, buy a crate. Walk in and be like, can I get a loot crate of cookies?
Can I
You
get a
have their
pallet?
s'mores cookies.
Can you get a pallet? S'more? You like s'more cookies?
Have you had their s'mores cookies?
Nah, I usually
Somebody
don't like
in-
s'mores things.
Somebody in the office bought them. They pretty much taste like s'mores. Like Oreo Pop-Tarts. Or not Oreo Pop-Tart. Wow. Pop-Tart s'mores.
Yeah,
Not Oreo
s'more Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm
You,
done.
You
I'm
had,
done.
you had a stroke or something
I
mid-podcast.
smell toast. My left arm is tingly, and I'm pretty sure the right side of my face is drooping versus my left. So we need to end this episode because I forget what the fourth letter is in that thing. What's the straw? Is it fast? Is it safe? There's a 4-letter acronym that you're supposed to be able to tell if you're experiencing a stroke.
I didn't know that.
And I don't remember what it is. I'm not looking that up. I'm looking something else up real quick just to make sure we don't have to talk about something else before we end.
Okay.
Listener questions, man.
Ah,
And do you have Twitter on your phone?
yes.
This is a complete offshoot.
Yeah.
You don't need to pull it out.
I've literally only gone on it to check.
Are your
Tweets.
notifications turned off?
Yes, probably.
Smart, because I turned over our social media to somebody,
Oh boy.
and they have been tweeting up a storm because
Oh,
I
God.
wasn't tweeting enough. So
That's
I said, I
frightening.
don't want to do this because I don't know how to market myself. And if I start typing, and you've probably noticed this too with me, maybe because you're probably the same way, kind of. But she has noticed it. If I'm typing or texting or anything, or writing, I don't talk much because I don't know what to do. But if you get me in a verbal conversation, I won't shut the fuck up.
Well, to me, the idea of texting is, to keep conversation short and sweet. Like you get your point across, you get answers, that's it.
Or someone just says something and all I say back is LOL because I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed
Yeah.
to say.
Like
to you.
I acknowledge that you spoke to me.
Yep.
Like that's
It's the equivalent of me seeing you as we're passing in the hallway and I just give you a quick nod.
Mhm.
I see you as a person. I'm not going to say hello. I have things to do. Anyway, here is a question. So we do have a question
okay.
from a devoted fan.
That's frightening.
Slightly, but they also wanted to be called that, so that's what they are called. If not born in the era of gaming, what would be your number one pastime, hobby, good time?
I guess it depends on the era.
Well,
More than
not
anything else.
gaming, so pre-80s. I'll let you pick. Or if you want me to pick for you, I will.
I mean, I think realistically, the
1942 Dacia Germany.
I think realistically, my obvious, I think it would be reading, most likely. Like, that
I
would
feel
probably
like-
be how I kill time.
I feel like it would be that, or I would definitely be doing something with my hands.
Yeah,
Like, I
so
feel like not woodworking, maybe, but I don't know, something.
yeah, so when I was younger, before video games were a thing, I did a lot of reading and I built a shit ton of models.
I also might be better at sports because I probably wouldn't have stopped playing.
Yeah, reading's my fallback just because if I if there's something else, like if I need to do something, but like I don't have a game to play or I don't have TV to watch or something like that, which is rarely the case, which is very unfortunate, is I'll end up reading. And I love to read, but like I just don't, I'm not good at making time for it. So,
Right. And I would usually default back to sports.
yeah.
But between sports and gaming, that my time's taken up for the most part. I still read when I can. And I'm that's also slightly why I'm really looking forward to our potential project in the summer, because I get to do something with my hands.
Yeah. That's
It's the whole thing. Like,
Mhm.
don't get me wrong. Yes, I can do something with my hands. I can paint my master bedroom because the damn
Yeah.
thing's purple and I need to fix that. But that's not that's not an entertaining thing. That's a need. That's,
Yeah.
like I want to do a want, not a need.
Yeah, that's the thing that what kills me now with, like, I love also doing stuff with my hands, like like building something or taking something apart and putting it back together. That type
If I
of
could
thing.
just build computers all the time,
yeah,
I would do it.
the problem that I have now is that most of the projects that I want to get into, I am hesitant to because they're not accomplished inside of a day or a couple days. It's something
And
that's
can
like,
end up being a money pit. And
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like I end up starting it and then never finishing it is usually what my problem is.
Right.
So.
but we will finish if we do actually take this, because I will force us to finish it.
Well, at that point, it's like it's kind of the same issue with the Forerunner at this point, where like now it's to the point where there's so much money invested into it, like that
It has to.
I have to finish it.
Yeah.
Like,
Which, like I said, you got a spare stall if you ever need it.
yeah. Well, now that it's half disassembled, so getting it anywhere would be towing it, which is more money.
Yep. Well, never mind that. And yeah, that's all I got. I think it would just definitely be probably sports or then something with my hands. I say something with my hands just because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means to me. You know, you watch, like, you get drunk and watch HGTV, and all of a sudden you want to tear down houses. You're like, get me on a demo day.
Yeah.
And then you watch Discovery, and you're like, man, Fast and Loud, I want to build a car. And then you do something else, and you're like, man, Norm on this old house really has it down with those spindles that he's putting in that stair rail. Oh, and I'm just like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I also might be wrong. Norm might not be the woodworking guy. I don't freaking remember now.
That's the problem, is channeling the energy. And I have a huge issue with that.
Because I also love to get all that energy when I'm sitting on the couch in my boxers and being like, cool, I really got this thing. It's 4 a.m. and I'm asleep.
Yeah.
I woke up in the morning and I'm just like, oh, God, I need a bowl of cereal and I don't want to do anything. So
Yeah.
life, man, comes at you fast.
It does. It does.
And now we're done. We officially crossed the 1:30 time that time.
Yay.
See you guys next week. Find us on the Reddit. Interact with our new social media person on Twitter, because I'm sure they will love it. Bye-bye.